Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Wilhelm Scream, and welcome back to the channel for more Destiny 2 news and intel. And in today's video, we have our weekly reset, and with it, a whole bunch of new secret quests that will reward some very good stuff, especially a new shader, which is actually a returning shader from D1. Of course, we are talking about the Chatterwhite. I've covered it many times on this channel leading up to this secret event, but it is finally available today, as well as some other really good stuff. So we're going to cover all of those things and how to acquire them as quickly as possible. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and turn on the bell, the post notifications, so you never miss out on any future Destiny 2 content like this. You can also follow me on Instagram. It'll be linked in the description box down below. Any of those things I just mentioned will also enter you into any future giveaways on this YouTube channel, and we do one every 1,000 subscribers. So you never want to miss out. When we reach 100,000 subscribers on the channel, we'll be giving away an Xbox Series or a PlayStation or a video card if you play on PC. You can also stick around till the end of the video for the secret hashtag you can leave in the comments section to be entered into the next giveaway a second time for this video. And remember, those secret hashtags stack between all videos. So if you haven't done this on a previous piece of content on this channel, you can always go back, check out another video, and of course do it again. So if you load into the tower and head over to the Drifter, you'll notice you have this quest available for you, the Packed Lunch. Complete bento boxes with the Drifter as you fight tactical battles for the city. Bento box quests are obtained from the Drifter in the tower. When you complete 5 of them, you will receive the Chatterwhite shader. So let's pick this up, and then you'll notice down here you'll have a new quest prologue or task menu, and you have 4 different tasks that you can acquire here. Each one of them will send you to a different part of the directory and have you do some different things. So let's just pick up the first one, head over to our quest tab, and just see what it says. We got you, Drifter. Bungie never short with the dialogue, I have to say. I really wish they would just kind of let up with that stuff a little bit. Complete bento boxes, okay. And then we have the Nightmare Lunch. Complete activities on the moon. Bonus progress for nightmare hunts. So, head over to the moon. Do some nightmare hunts. We also have the Stuff of Legends, a dubious bento, and material mementos. So let's go back over to our quest tab. Of course, we have to accept all of these from the Drifter. Thank you for the wonderful menus, Bungie. Always a pleasure to have to sort through them all. Material mementos. Get final blows with Malfeasance, Witherhoard, Touch of Malice, Whisper of the Worm, Xenophage, or Arbalist. So I'm sure somebody will have at least one of those available. A dubious bento. Collect dubious celery from defeated targets in Gambit, and collect century eggs from defeated defeated combatants on the moon. So this one you'll kind of be able to do with the other a little bit, but we're going to have to play some Gambit. Maybe bring the Malfeasance with you, because it is good for Gambit. So, and then the Stuff of Legend. Finish final encounters in any raid or dungeon. Raids provide additional progress, so you have to complete 2 of them. And as I said, when you complete all 5 of these, you will, of course, receive the Chatterwhite. It seems as though once you complete these 4, there will be another one available for you. So just keep that in mind. There's a reason why there isn't 5 at the moment. So if I were to start these off, I would say just doing the complete activities on the moon is probably going to be the easiest one, because you can just go and do the public event activity on the moon, whose name escapes me because it's been a while since I've been to the moon. But in the Sorrow's Harbor, do the Altar of Sorrow. That's what I was thinking of. We also have the In the Deep mission available this week, so I'm sure doing this might be an easy way to complete some stuff. Maybe even Just setting up a farm there might also help a little bit. Let's cover these again really fast. So, completed activities. Nightmare hunts also are fairly easy to do, so if you haven't done a nightmare hunt in a while, let's just quickly, I'm going to move away from the drifter because he's annoying me now. Just go over the nightmare hunts. It's been a long time since I'm sure anybody's jumped into one of these, but we have the Nightmare Hunt Pride, we have the Nightmare Hunt Anguish, and we have the Nightmare Hunt Fanatic. Now, of these, I believe, I want to say the Skolas or Fanatic one is going to probably be the easiest one. Though, as I've said, it's been a while. Omnicle also was not that tough. So, yeah, I think you should be able to make pretty short work of any of these things. You could also, of course, do the Duality Dungeon, or the first encounter of the Duality Dungeon for a boss kill. That will also help out a lot. Pit of Heresy is also a very easy one to complete an encounter in, and remember, all of those things will count. So I would actually maybe recommend doing a dungeon encounter. We also have the Scarlet Keep Strike, which will also count, and you know, this is probably one of the longer things to do on the moon, but, well, anybody who's been running or playing the game pretty frequently should probably be able to run through this pretty quick. So that's my suggestions for the Nightmare Lunch quest. For the Dubious Bento, collect Dubious Celery from defeated targets in Gambit, and collect Century Eggs from defeated combatants on the moon. So, as I said, this will probably be the thing to do with this one. While you're on the moon, you'll get half of it done. And then you'll, of course, need to, get into Gambit, which I'm sure a lot of people will be dreading. But it will be worth it, and I'm sure you won't be able to, or you will be able to complete or get Celery fairly quickly. You know, it's only 10 enemies. I don't know what the RNG on it is going to be, but let's assume it's 1 for every 5. There's plenty of enemies in Gambit. This one might be a little bit more difficult for newer players, just because you need, of course, one of those weapons. They have been sold in the past from Xur. I believe Arbalest was sold maybe just a couple of weeks ago. The Xenophage, probably not the one that I would select. I would go with Witherhoard or Malfeasance, just because you're going to get a lot more ammo with it. But get Final Blows with those. You can do those anywhere. So you can kind of triple up on all of these on the moon. So definitely head to the moon first. And then Stuff of Legends, finish final encounters in any raid or dungeon. Now that one, as I said, is probably going to be the most difficult. But if you are looking for the best final encounter to complete in a dungeon, you're going to want to head over to the Dreaming City and queue up the Shattered Throne. The final boss in the Shattered Throne is the easiest one to complete by far, and you can set up a really easy farm if you have one other player, where you just save the final boss checkpoint. If you have the Warcliffe Coil, which was conveniently sold from Xur this past week, as well, not the Warcliffe Coil itself, but the Catalyst. You probably don't even need the Catalyst in order to do this really well. You can also use the Eyes of Tomorrow, but really any boss, or any real weapon is going to be able to take out that boss fairly quickly, especially if you're up to power. But the Warcliffe Coil will allow you to nuke it even as a solo player. So, of course, you'll have to go through the Shattered Throne dungeon twice if you're a solo player in order to defeat the final boss. But if you can save that checkpoint, or get a checkpoint from one of the many checkpoint bots that are out there, bring the Warcliffe Coil and nuke the final boss, and you'll have that done really, really quick. So altogether, I would say you probably won't need to spend much more than a day doing any of these quests. Now, once they're done, You will eventually have to turn them in over at this vending machine. I'm sure you'll have to come back to the Drifter first and just check in with him, maybe turn them in. But once that's done, you'll be able to, I think, acquire the final quest and then get your Chatterwhite. It might also autocomplete, meaning that the final quest is for the Chatterwhite is actually completed and counts as a quest once you complete the other 4. Sometimes how Bungie likes to do it. But in any case, I hope everybody has fun doing this. I actually am really looking forward to it. I think we needed something for the last couple of weeks before the launch of the next episode. So it's going to be the thing that I'm doing today. We're now just going to run through some other weekly reset news. I want to start off, even though I usually don't, over at Eva Levant. Did I say Eva Levant? I didn't mean Eva Levant. I meant Tess Eververse. I don't know why I said Eva Levant. But Tess has something pretty unique available this week. We have the Occupational Hazard ornament for your Icebreaker. Now, this has only been for silver up to this point, but now is available for Bright Dust, and it's very cool. So I thought this would probably be the thing that most people would be looking to buy this week, at least for Bright Dust. We have some other things, but nothing too stand out. It's kind of an interesting emote. I do love my exotic emotes. We also have the bug catching emote. Iron Banner is still going on, so make sure to pick up at least to rank 4 your Tinasha's Mastery with Chill Clip. And over at Commander Zavala for the Nightfall and GM Nightfall this week, we have the Slammer Adept. If you can complete it on the GM difficulty, you can get a normal Slammer, which is still very good. If you can complete the Nightfall on one of the lower level difficulties, of course it is RNG. RNG increases as you, or excuse me, decreases as you go up on the higher level Nightfalls. So try to do it on, Master, or excuse me, on the what's the second lowest difficulty now? They start off on Advanced. I always forget what they changed these to. Try to do it on Expert or Master if you can. Expert is still very soloable, and of course this is on Matchmade. You can still get a Slammer from doing the Advanced Matchmade Nightfall, but much less of a chance. The Nightfall for this week is the Luminality, which is a terrible, terrible strike. It needs to be removed. I really despise it. So, sorry for everybody who was trying to farm out a Slammer this week in its Adept form, because you are going to hate your life. I am serious about this. Whenever it is that strike, I really like to just talk about how much I dislike it, because it's just terrible. It is just terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. And yeah, votes on removing it. Leave that in the comments section down below. Do you hate Luminality as much as I do? I think everybody should. Anyway, if you leave me a comment about that, I'll give you another entry into the next giveaway. We have the Typhoon GL5 this week, or excuse me, today, from Banshee 44 with Genesis, One for All, and Amalon Fluid Dynamics. We have a Battle Scar with Shot Swap, Eye of the Storm, and Field Tested. We have an Imperative with Well-Rounded, Adrenaline Junkie, and Nano Munitions. I always tell everybody to pay attention to this one because it is craftable and it can roll with Kinetic Tremors. It's very good. We have a Rigel D, Steady Hands, Demolitionist, and we have an Anyo D with Feeding Frenzy and Surrounded. Some of the weapons you can get from completing the Bento Box quests, or past is Prologue, which is what it's also called, is the Igneous Hammer, as well as the Caliphate. I believe it's the, yes, GL3. You're also going to be to get a bunch of cool mementos, so I would really suggest doing it. There's also going to be Spoils of Conquest for you solo players who have trouble farming out some Spoils of Conquest. I guess I don't have any Spoils of Conquest on me at the moment. But that will conclude all the information in today's video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and turn on the bell to post notifications so you never miss out on any future Destiny 2 content like this. As I said before, you can also follow me on Instagram. It'll be linked in the description box down below. If you've watched to this point in the video, you can tell me how much you hate Luminality or what you're going to be chasing this week from the Passes Prologue Bento Token Bento Box quest. You can also leave a hashtag The Final Shape or a hashtag Bento Boxes or hashtag Drifter or, yeah, anything along those lines, hashtag Iron Banner. Anything pertaining to today's video in the comments section will give you another entry into the next giveaway. And once more, I'm Wilhelm Scream. Thanks so much for watching. Also, make sure to possibly tune in to my buddy Sinister's live streams. He might be streaming at the time you watch this. If he is, I will pin his stream and the top comment. And once more, hope everybody has a great week. I'm Wilhelm Scream. We will see you next time.